just an update on what's kind of going on. I did receive my second stepper motor. This is the Leadshine model number 863S68H. I never could find out what the H designation was on the motor, and finally, after receiving my second motor and finding out that it still doesn't work, I was able to get some information from tech support at Leadshine, getting them to help you when you do not buy Leadshine products directly from their authorized reseller is like pulling teeth. But anyways, he did tell me that the H designation stood for high voltage, and this is kind of puzzling. He sent me the data sheet for the motor, and it's the same information that I found on the website. And if you go to Leadshine's website, they recommend the driver for this motor as the same driver as the other two motors. And clearly that can't be the case because it's only a 60 volt driver. So there's really bad information on their website. I do not recommend this motor to anyone if you're going to be using it for a CNC axis. I think this is more of a high-speed spindle motor type thing, or some kind of conveyor motor or something. But it's definitely not meant for this application. And this is the only motor of this size that's three-phase that they have listed in their catalog. I do know that Tormac uses Leadshine three-phase stepper motors, but they're specially made for them by Leadshine, and they're not available. So I'm trying to find a suitable replacement. I think I do have one that's going to work. I'm going to order it and get it in. It's a 920 ounce motor, but the specifications are a little bit different. It's a little bit less resistive motor and higher amperage motor. And I think that's what the problem is with this motor. This is a high resistance motor and low amps, and I think those two tables need to be reversed in order to get a motor that I need. These two motors here are low resistance, high amperage, and so I think this is the case for this one. It just needs to be high amperage, low resistance. I did shoot a bunch of video doing a lot of different testing on this motor, and let's take a look at some of that video. Alright, we have it connected now. Just want to double check, make sure I got my 3.5. 3.4 actually, okay. 3.3. 3.3. Let's try these two. Oh, okay. Alright. So continuity, they're all good. Nothing's crossed up. So now let's take this back out to the mill. We'll get it in the controller. We'll get it mounted. And then we'll take a look at all the different settings. Alright, so now I'm out in the garage, and I've got the motor just sitting on the table here. I've got it all wired up, plugged in. I'm in my motor tuning here, and you can see that I have the acceleration set at 7.6 something, and the velocity is like 57. Fairly low. I mean, I guess I could go lower, but on the bench works fine. Okay, at the lowest setting there it works fine. Sounds good. Let's take and put it up top. Alright. Got it in there. Mounted. Alright, let's see what happens. Okay, it works. That's not working though. Alright, so it works right there, so let's see if we can increase the velocity some. So go to molding tuning, Z-axis, and let's see if we can increase the velocity a little. $75, that's 25 more. Let's try that. Click OK. Alright, let's see what we got. Alright, as you can see, it's having issues. That's all the way up. Velocity 150, acceleration 50. Still no good. Velocity 125, acceleration 50. Same thing. Alright, I'm going to leave the velocity at 125 and I'm going to set the acceleration to 25. Velocity 125, acceleration 25. Alright, it wants to work there. But you can see going through these settings, it just doesn't seem to add up to me in my mind. I'm going to lower the velocity. I'm going to lower the acceleration to 5. I'm going to leave the velocity at 125. Just grabbing it, I can make that stall. Alright. I should not be able to stall a 960 ounce motor. I mean, I'm not even grabbing it that hard. I mean, I can't turn this with it stopped. When it's locked at half current and stopped. But I can just barely grab that and it starts to stall. So there's definitely something wrong with this motor. I don't know what it is, but there's definitely something wrong with it. I'm going to go down. The velocity and acceleration are still the same. Velocity is 100 inches per minute and the acceleration I think is 10. But we're going to jog at, we're jogging at 50%, so around 50 inches per minute. Alright, it's jogging down. Very promising. Here we go. Here's the hard part. We've got to go up. We've got to lift this 100 pounds. It works without the gearbox on there, but it doesn't want to lift it with the gearbox on there. Goes down fine, but it won't go up. I'm not sure exactly how much force is needed to lift this 100 pounds. All you're doing is rotating the ball screw. I can rotate it by hand, so I mean, it shouldn't be too much force, but surely there's a lot more going up than there is pushing it, letting it go down. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my X-axis motor. Once again, I'm going to take this motor, I'm going to swap it with my Z-axis, the bigger motor. Now remember, this is 560 ounces versus 900, and we'll see if it moves it. Alright guys, so what I've done is I've taken my X-axis motor. Once again, I've taken it apart and put it up here on the Z location. I have it plugged into my Z motor driver, and it's set up velocity of 10 and acceleration of 10 and a velocity of 100. So here we go. That's jogging at 50% speed, so about 50 inches per minute. That is full 100 inches per minute. Now, that is the small 563 ounce stepper motor. Doesn't seem to be straining, doesn't seem to be having any kind of issue lifting this or moving this at 100 inches per minute. So tell me, why does the bigger 900 ounce motor not want to move this? I feel like that the literature on these motors are misleading, to say the least. And I'm going to contact Leadshine Monday morning, and I'm going to see if I can't get some kind of answers to this. But the only thing that I can think is maybe this motor is designed for an AC driver and somehow they've got it screwed up. But I've looked at catalogs and literature back from 2012. Every brochure from 2012 to 2015-16 has the same information. Have they not sold not a single one of these motors since then for this type of application? Alright, well, you can see in the video that I've tested this motor in every possible way imaginable. I changed different velocities, different accelerations, I changed different amperage settings, different step settings, resolution settings, and nothing seemed to work. And the reason being is this motor is a high voltage motor. I don't even know why they have it paired in the same category with the other two motors that they have. They just don't go together, and that's just a bad advertising on Leadshine's part. It looks like I'm just going to be out the cost of the motor, and the company that shipped it to me, the second motor, Fast to Buy, that's FASTTOBUY. They're on eBay and on AliExpress. Very good customer service. I can't thank them enough. They sent me another motor without any cost to me. They paid for the shipping. So I know that they're going to be out probably $150, and I'm going to be out the cost of the motor. Not so much the shipping, because I bought the other two motors as a package, so I would have had to pay for shipping anyways on those. But I'm definitely going to be out the cost of the motor. And I'm not going to ask them to send me a good motor that works, because it's not their fault and they've already done enough. Lesson learned. It's one of the benefits of not going first, I guess. So you guys won't make the same mistakes I did. If you have any suggestions or questions, please feel free to comment. If you know anyone that needs a high voltage, high speed stepper motor, NEMA 34, please let me know. I have a couple on hand. Thanks for watching the videos. Please subscribe, and most importantly, be safe.